Welcome back, everyone. I'm so happy to see you in our second lesson for today and recording on video again. So very welcome. Yes, I hope you're well. And can you also feel temperatures dropping? Yes, autumn is here. We're in South Africa and it's gonna get cold. So what do we eat in winter? Soup. Yes, we'll be making soup bowls. Very exciting. So instead of making our usual standard boring soup bowl, we are going to make an alternative shape for our soup bowls. Let's see. Here I've got a standard shape for a soup bowl. It is round. Can you see that? Yes, it's quite deep, so your soup can stay warm. That's why it's deep. And it's got a pretty pattern. But besides that, let's see what is alternative to round. So instead of, we'll be making an alternative shape, something that is not round. This bowl makes me think of a bean. Have you had bean soup? Yum! Alright, so here we've got an alternative shape. It's comfortable in my hand when I hold the bowl. I can rest my thumb in the space here, alright? And also, if I am at the end of my soup bowl and I would like to drink, I've got this space here with a little lip that I can use to drink the soup instead of using a spoon. Alright, how do we do that? Our setting, I've got a newspaper, and for today we'll only be using our fingers and a container with water. Right. The method we're using is pinching. Remember, we have pinched before. You know what to do. And I know you think we start from a round bowl, but this alternative shape will be starting different. So you have a ball of clay. You can neaten it by rubbing out all little wrinkles and folds. And then we're going to start shaping our alternative shape. So can you see it's already not round anymore? I'm going to squeeze the clay and bring it into an alternative shape. I'm still going to focus on making a bean. There we go. So this side will be the smaller. Here I'll hook my thumb, and here is the bigger side for the soup to lie in. Right. Keep shaping, steady and patiently. Okay, it might be a bit wonky at first, but just rub the clay into the shape that you desire. Another form you can think of is maybe you would like to make a teardrop shape, or if you have to, a heart. But I'd recommend a bean because there's a lot more than just the idea of a bean. It's also comfortable. And remember, in ceramics, we don't just think of beauty, we also think of practical usage. A fancy word for practical usage is functional, and even more fancy than that is utilitarian. That's a big word, hey? Yeah, so that's what we have in ceramics, and how great that we can choose whether it would be functional or utilitarian or just decorative as an art piece. Yet your bowl can be an artwork that you eat from. Right. So I'm already giving it a twist as well. This side going to be a little bit smaller, this side a bit bigger. Okay, now it's at the bottom. The base needs to be flat because you would like to use your soup bowl on the table. Perhaps keep it on the table to keep the base flat, alright? And I would say it's a good idea not to have very sharp, flat areas of clay getting out there on the base. Okay, now after getting a bean shape, I squeeze the clay and I give it the form, the direction that I want the different edges of the bean to point to. Okay, now instead of usual pinching, we'll have a round ball, dunk our thumb, wet it in the middle, and go straight down until your palm can feel something going through. Remember, this time I'm not going to push my thumb right through. It's not going to rest on my palm per se. It will be on the table, and you use your index finger and start smearing a line in the middle of your bean, and this is the area that we're going to pinch. All right, so you keep rubbing and it will dent in. Now while you're doing this, you might see cracks appear or extra clay forming. Use a very tiny bit of water and smooth the clay up there. I wouldn't recommend you to have very sharp edges for your soup bowl or very wrinkly, uneven edges. Okay, let's keep this one neat. Still an organic shape, but neat. All right, you can go over it using your thumb. Still manipulating the clay, and I'm pressing in there to make that hole that I'm going to pinch around. Okay, here I can see little crack shape forming again. Use a little bit of water and smear them, close them by using your water. Okay, still getting in there. And I would say if you're halfway, you're almost ready to start pinching. We want more or less a centimeter, something between half a centimeter and a centimeter at the base. So here, from there till up here, about a finger. That shouldn't have empty space. It would be solid clay. Okay. So here my bean is starting to shape and getting a empty space in which the soup, wonderful yummy soup you made, can rest in. Okay, keep on pressing in that clay, and now it can rest in your palm if it's not too big. And you can feel, is there clay coming through? Can I feel my finger coming through on the clay? Yes, so then I know I'm there from about a centimeter, half a centimeter to a centimeter. That's also the same thickness, perhaps a bit more, which is fine. The thickness of your wall. Okay, so that allows us to pinch and make this bowl a little bit higher. On this side, I've got wrinkles. If you can read your clay, don't always need water, perhaps a tiny bit, very little bit, and just get rid of those wrinkles. They might cause your bowl to crack while you're busy pinching. Okay. So I can feel on my palm, yes, there's a finger, so I've gone far down enough, and my wall is ready to get pinched. About pinching, guys, remember this is what we do. We're using the soft tip of our finger, yes, the soft padding there, and we're gonna quack or pinch like a duck does when it's making a noise. All right, so for this one we'll have our thumb inside because we want a round shape, not round as in the bowl, round as in the wall. Okay, so you'll see this won't be a straight line up, instead it goes from in, goes out, and it goes up again. We'll even try for today to give this a little bit of a inward formed rim. Okay, so this rim is straight up. We can even try to close it up a bit today. Okay, so here we go. Gonna start pinching, and now you need to follow the shape that you made. Okay, I'm not gonna just press randomly. Start at the base, and I read my clay. Start pinching slowly all around to the top. Okay, pinch and turn your bowl. Pinch and turn your bowl. It's not a round bowl. Here I got a little bit of cracking going on at the rim again. You can wet your whole rim when you're ready to pinch, alright? It will keep on happening because the clay is widening, it's opening up. So let's just give it a little bit of ease and ooze there and wet it a little bit. Okay, still keep on pinching, reading the shape, moving in the shape of your clay. Right, all around from base to top. Pinch and turn, and pinch and turn the form. Okay, read your clay, read the form, and move in the same direction. When I am halfway up, and I'm sure this base is right, I'm happy with it, my thumb, instead of going straight down, will be bending, and that's how I'll get the rim to come on to the inside. The reason why we're doing this is so that the soup stay closed, fairly closed, and it can stay warmer for a bit longer after you dished up. Okay, so I've pinched from the base halfway up through reading the shape of the clay and slowly steady pinching. Now my thumb, instead of going straight down, it's gonna bend, and I'll be pinching with a bent thumb all around to close the shape. Okay, can you see what's happening? It's not going straight up, opening, not straight. It's widening for the soup to lie down and closing. Okay, if you're not going from halfway, you'll have a bit more wider form, which is fine. Even from there, you can close the shape. Right, so I still got my thumb that is bent, and you need to read the shape. So for instance here, where my thumb will be hooked, I might not want to have it completely in because my thumb won't be bending over. Okay, here I can keep my thumb straight again, going around and bending my thumb again to close the shape for my soup bowl. Alright, reading the clay, making sure I've pinched all around. Can feel, do I have even thickness on the wall? Go around, you can read the clay. It's through the sense of touch that you feel the thickness. Going all around and making sure you've got an even wall thickness. Right. And there, we got an alternative soup form. Can hook my thumb here in the winter, holding my bowl. Not too hot. That's why the base doesn't need to be too thin, so you can withstand the heat there at the base. Right guys, that was real quick and easy. If you struggle, keep practicing, and most important of all, always have fun. Right? Looking out, keep well, see you soon.